Hi everyone, welcome to an evening of celebration where we can join together and give thanks for the fruitful ministry and warm friendship of Amanda and Nick Tuohy. If we are unfamiliar faces to you, my name is Emily and this is Benji, and we are super excited to be here with you all tonight. Also, a very warm welcome to those who are joining us in the hall tonight and also those who are joining us online at home.
And a particular warm welcome to Nick and Amanda. It's great to have you here with us, and we hope you enjoy the night. Amanda, we hope you enjoy all the bird decorations that we have everywhere. I think half of them are your own paintings, so I'm sure you'll enjoy those. And Nick, we hope you enjoy all the Greek decorations. Apparently this vase is Greek. And we also have a Greek fish, so I hope you enjoy those. I think everyone can acknowledge that one of the hallmarks of Nick and Amanda's leadership over the last 10 years has been that they desire God to be in the spotlight rather than themselves to be in the spotlight. They have always desired to point us as a congregation and as individuals to God. So I thought it would be fitting for us to start tonight by standing together and joining with Nick and Amanda in worship of our great God, who has been at the centre of their ministry and at the centre of so many friendships that we've all had with you. So I'll hand over to Luke and the team to lead us in a couple of songs of worship.
All right, let's stand up and let's worship our God. We'll open with a couple of songs, and we're gonna start with a very special homegrown song from Lauren. We're gonna play Daughters and Sons. How good? Alrighty. Who could ever take?
Together in my mother's womb, I'm your workmanship. You have created for good through what Jesus accomplished at Calvary. Forever your family. We are daughters and we are sons of the King, clothed in His righteousness. So we sing of the one who gave it all, who made us whole. We are heirs of the Father and we are co-heirs with Christ, comforted by grace and redeemed by His life. Praise to the one who set us free. Lord, help us know who we're made to be.
Lives have tried.
Eyes have tried to take a hold, they claim my worth is in this world, but all my works, my wealth, my pride won't satisfy. For I was made for your renown, not for any earthly crown. In you alone my soul
We're the image.
We're the image of the living God, holy, known, and holy love, brought from darkness into light, a new creation made in Christ. Condemnation has no place. Sin is broken, Jesus reigns. Hope and joy and life restored, for we are children of the Lord. We are daughters and we are sons of the King. Mountain is righteousness, so we sing of the one who gave us, who made us whole. We are heirs of the Father and we are co-heirs with Christ, covered by grace and redeemed by His love. Praise to the one who set us free. Lord, help us know we're made to be. Lord, help us know we're made to be. Lord, help us know we're made to be.
Sing when my hope. When my hope, His strength is gone, you're the one who calls me on. You are the life, you are the fight that's in my soul. Oh, your resurrection power burns like fire in my heart. When waters rise, I lift my eyes up to your throne. We are more than conquerors through Christ. You have overcome this world, this life. We will not bow to sin or to shame. We are defying in your name. You are the fire that cannot be tamed. You are the power in our veins, our Lord, our God, our conqueror. I will sing. I will sing into the night. Christ is risen and on high. Greater is He living in me than in the world. No surrender, no retreat. We are free and we're redeemed. We will declare over despair, you are the whole. We are more is impossible. Nothing is impossible. Every chain is breakable with you. We are victorious. You are stronger than our hearts. You are greater than the dark. With you, we are victorious. Nothing's impossible. Nothing is impossible. Every chain is breakable with you. We are victorious. You are stronger than our hearts. You are greater than the dark. With you, we are victorious. We are more than conquerors through Christ. You have overcome this world, this life. We will not bow to sin or to shame. We are defiant in your name. You are the fire that cannot be tamed. You are the power in our veins, our Lord, our God, our conqueror.
Thanks, team. So last year I had the privilege of working with Nick and Amanda in the ministry team. And in my role as administrator, one of the things that Nick got me to do was to collect data or statistics on the demographics of the church or the people that attended KBC. Unfortunately, I wasn't quite good enough to earn the nickname Data Girl like one of our previous administrators. But I decided to put my skills to use and find out how many people Nick and Amanda have pastored here in their 10 years here. So I decided to look through the annual report since 2011 and just taking into account the members of the church as well as the active non-members, so all the people that would regularly attend here and call this church their home. Nick and Amanda pastored a staggering 658 different people. So I thought that was pretty incredible. I wouldn't even be able to remember that many names, but they managed to get to know all these people, and I can imagine if we didn't have COVID restrictions right now, we would have an absolutely packed house here. So I just think that looking around tonight, it's a bit of a testament to all the relationships they've been able to develop, as well as the impact they've had on so many different people over their time here. So yeah, I consider it an absolute blessing to be one of those people, and I'm sure there's lots of people here tonight and watching in the hall or at home who would say the same thing.
Kids, there is a rug down here for you. So it's very lonely here at the minute. So if you want to come sit with Benji and I down here, we would absolutely love that. This rug is for you. Okay, so an overview of tonight. We have the privilege of listening to some very talented musicians who are past and current members of KBC. We will also we will also participate in a trivia game, which has been prepared by Amy and Lauren. And then we will also hear from the lovely Miriam Dale, who will recite some of her poetry to us. So it's going to be a great night full of creative things.
So our first item for tonight will be brought to us by Dave Powys, and he'll be accompanied by Lauren Pickering as well. Dave has been a worship leader here in his time at Q Baptist Church, and he's going to sing tonight None But Jesus. He chose this song because it reminds him of the way Nick and Amanda have held on to Jesus through joy and through personal storms. Their faithfulness is always inspiring. So over to Dave and to Lauren.
My children over there, don't mind that. Hey, I'm just here, kids. It's all good. Hello. It's all right. You can stand there if you want.
Quiet, in the stillness, I know that you are God. In the secret of your presence, I know that I am restored. When you call, I won't refuse. Each new day again I'll choose. There is no one else for me, none but Jesus, crucified to set me free. Now I live to bring him praise. In the chaos, in confusion, I know you're sovereign still. In the moment of my weakness, you give me grace to do your will. When you call, I won't refuse. This my song through all my days. There is no one else for me, none but Jesus, crucified to set me free. Now I live to bring him praise. There is no one else for me, none but Jesus, crucified to set me free. my strength. Oh, my delight is in you, Lord, forevermore. There is no one else for me, none but Jesus, crucified to set me free. Now I live to bring Him praise. There is no one else for me, none but Jesus, crucified to set me free. Now I live to bring Him praise. Thanks a lot. Love you guys.
Thanks so much, Dave and Lauren. Oh, that was amazing. I love the line in the bridge there that says, "All my delight is in you, Lord." And I think having known Nick and Amanda for the last 5 or 6 years, I think it's so clear that they really do delight in the Lord, and they receive so much of their joy from Him. Our next item will be brought to us by Sarah Vasiliadis. So come up, Sarah. Sarah she was an intern here at KVC a few years back, and she is going to play a song called A Butterfly's Adventure. This is an original composition by Sarah, and she has chosen to play this piano piece because it reminds her of the way that Amanda marvels at God's creation with childlike wonder. Whether she paints butterflies, flowers, or birds, Amanda's creativity is a beautiful reflection of the artistic nature of our Creator. Thanks, Sarah.
That was absolutely beautiful, Sarah. What an amazing original composition. I'm now going to invite up Amy and Lauren, who are going to take us through some trivia.
Amy Jelly in the house. Sure. All right. Well, I'll get things started for us. Well, good evening, everyone. So obviously this is a night of celebrating Nick and Amanda and their significance and their meaningful contributions to us personally and as a church community. It's a really special time tonight. We are just going to take a moment now to focus in a little bit more on Nick. As someone who has worked with Nick for nearly 9 years, coming up, Amy. Someone who's worked with Nick for nearly 9 years now, I know that, among other things, Nick loves a good laugh, loves when things get a little bit silly. So it felt like it wouldn't truly be a celebration of his time here at Q if we didn't at least take a bit of time out tonight to have a little bit of a laugh. So I have put together a 10-question Tuohy trivia extravaganza. Now, Nick and Amanda, you'll just be spectators to this. It is for everyone else to be involved, tracking over some of the lighter moments of your time here at Q. So Amy's going to explain a bit logistically how's this all going to work.
Would love to, Lauren. And I think there's been many times since I've worked with Nick in the last 4 years where I've said to Mark or I've said to you or whoever's in the office, Nick would find this so funny. We'll have to show him this or we'll have to tell him about this. So it's good to have a laugh. All right, bit of a logistical challenge, I'll say now, so everyone listen really carefully. We're going to do something called a Kahoot, which will be up on the screen. Now, we only need, we've got the music going on here. We only need 10 people to have a Kahoot account. So people over in the hall, you can still guess, and others here, we're going to get you in teams, but we just need 10 people or up to 10. So who's going to be brave? Hands up if you have a Kahoot. I'm looking at some of you ex-res. Great. We need a few people. Maybe if you guys can stand up if you've got a Kahoot account. So stand up if you've got one. The app. Okay. We just need 10 people to stand up then. How easy is that? So 10 people. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We still need some more. 5, 6. Great. 7. Claire, that's awesome. All right, 8. That should even be enough. So the people that are standing, they're team captains. So you guys, we're going to get up, move around. We've been sitting for a bit. So you can go and sit or stand near someone, maybe like to move around. So do that now so everyone's in a team. Go and find a team captain. There's room up the front here with Emily and Benji. Do you have the printed? You've only got one copy. No, that's right. That's right. I can read off screen. I've got them here. Okay, we've got a few people coming up. Golden oldies. Front runners, we've got Sarah, Jimmyson, Dawson's Pizza, the AMers. Oh, I reckon they've got a good chance, Lauren. The AMers, they're up early. Couple more minutes. If you're not in a team, go and move into a team. Okay, are we ready to go? Team captains, hands up if your team is ready. You're primed. It's 10 questions. We'll see who knows Nick and all his great achievements the best. All right, over to you.
All right, we're going to kick it off with the first question. Wait for that to come up on the screen. Now, if you've been at Q a while, you will have known this little bit of trivia about Nick. You may have seen his famous knife commercial, but what was the brand of knives that he was plugging? Was it Analon, Baccarat, Shun, or Mundial?
Okay, select your answers.
How close attention were you paying all the times that has been played? If you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube.
Definitely worth a look later, isn't it, Lauren?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Hey, Analon knives.
well done.
And I think Nick still uses them today, is that right?
There we go. There's our winners so far. Nick Tuohy, I hope that's not actually you. No, he doesn't have a device. That's okay. All right, next question. Here we go. At the 2011 Kew Community Carols, Nick performed as part of the Kew Baptist Men's Choir. Which of the following songs did not appear in their Christmas melody? There's the options. There we
believe it or
go.
not.
We've got the answer.
Party in the USA did feature in the Christmas medley.
Surely, Nick, at the end of tonight, you could give us a bit of a rendition of Party in the USA.
Yeah. That is also on YouTube, so. All right, shall we move on to question 3? Bit of a controversial one here. When Nick baptized this person, their head had a minor collision with the steps of the baptistry. Whose head was it? Rory O'Reilly, Tim Richardson, Richie Bond, or Jono Davenport?
Surely
very-
it's the tallest.
It was very minor, no lasting injuries, as far as I know.
Jono. I think he's forgiven you though, hasn't he? Yeah, he's good.
He's fine, yeah.
He's holy and
Got
he's
the
okay.
occasional twitch here and there, it's fine.
All right, let's have a look. The Nick Tuohy group is doing very well. Hands up the Nick Tuohy group. Up the back. Look at those guys. Well done. And pew, pew, pew. Where are you guys? Where are those guys? Maybe there is someone playing from the hall. Who knows? A mystery team. All right, let's keep going. Our fourth question. In 2014, an exterminator was called to the church office to deal with a bee infestation in the building. What Bible verse did Nick quote in this situation?
Surely God will save you from the deadly pestilence. If the sun sets you free, you will be free indeed. God's word is sweeter than honey, or blessed are the beekeepers, for they will be called the children of God.
Let's see which is correct. A few more seconds.
Cast
Bit of a
your
trickier
votes.
one, this one. Oh,
If the
well
sun sets you
done.
free, you will be free indeed. Nick sent that to me personally because I have a horrible fear of bees and I was too scared to come to work the next day, but he assured me it's okay, they're all gone, because as Jesus said, if the sun sets you free, you'll be free indeed. So thank you, Nick, for that encouragement. All right, shall we? Yeah, let's keep pressing on. All right, next
Number 5.
question. Number 5. Which of the following did not happen during Nick's time as senior pastor? Police called in to shut down a raucous event in the hall. Work cover investigation after a mishap at a working bee. Church service interrupted by a medical incident requiring an ambulance. Or Kew Baptist threatened with legal action over trademark infringement. Yes, 3 out of those did happen. Which one did not happen?
Select your answers. Which one did not happen? He's had an interesting ministry, hasn't he, Lauren?
Yeah, look, I
It's
mean, I don't know
eventful.
if he's been responsible for all of these, but coincidence? That's right, no work cover investigation.
All right, let's keep going. Question 6. Now, this one actually a lot of people don't know. And
That's
Lauren,
true.
you can give us a bit of intel at the end because you're involved in this.
This
but
is true.
Question 6 says, what went wrong after Nick was presented with a cake at night church for his birthday back in 2012? What do you think went wrong? Was it that the candle set off the smoke alarm? Nick accidentally stepped on the cake? Amanda had an allergic reaction to the chocolate in the cake? Or Nick had to tell the church that they got his birthday wrong? Which one? Select your answer. I think we've got people puzzled with this one, Lauren.
It's a bit of a challenge.
Oh, they've done well.
Now,
No, they
I will
haven't. I'm
say-
reading it wrong. They haven't done well. Tell us the story, Lauren.
So
What
this
happened?
is the story, because even Nick is looking like I've just made this up. But from my recollection, and maybe I'm wrong, Nick was presented with a cake. It was all wonderful. And then it was set back on the pew for the rest of the service. Nick was sitting behind that pew and at some point in the service put his feet up and accidentally stepped in the cake. No one saw it, but the next day in the office, Nick confessed to me, "Oh, the most awkward thing happened, Lauren. I accidentally put my foot in the cake." And now I've just let everyone know, but it was years ago.
It's out in
so
the open now.
It's fine.
It's all out there.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. All right, which of these is Nick's least favourite worship song in rotation at Q Baptist Church? This is anecdotally, but I think
He loves worship. Let's be
Loves
clear
worship,
about
yes,
that. But which
absolutely.
is his least preferred? Oh, well done. Do you think maybe, Lauren, people notice Nick grimacing when that song is on? A lot of people knew that. No, it's a beautiful song. All right, should we do a quick score check? Oh, well done. The front runners have actually become the front runners. And we've got a few new ones there. Bap City Ridders. Who's that? Is that you guys? Well done. Okay, well, there's only three more questions. So let's see who can win. Question 8, church ban, and this is a quote, church ban on party hall from hell. Q Baptist Church bans teenage parties at its hall due to drugs, alcohol and gate crashes. This 2017 headline appeared in which news publication?
It's a great day for the church.
Was a very proud moment for the team.
Yep.
The good old Herald Sun.
That's Harold Sun. I'm surprised more people
Always
didn't guess
reports
that.
the truth, doesn't it? All right,
Good
over
times.
to you, Lauren. We've got 2 more questions.
It's getting competitive. Going down to the line with these final 2 questions. All right, well, with question 9, we know that Amanda has a great affection for animals and wildlife, but what local animal did Nick frequently characterize as demonic due to its ongoing disturbances near the manse? Bird, dog, cat, or possum? Yes, controversially, it's a bird. I don't know how Amanda feels about that, but...
They're just discussing it. Was there another animal or not? No, that was the bird. Very good.
It was the
All
bird.
right, with 1 question to go. It's pretty close. Pretty close. Last question. Here we go. Question 10. Which of the following was an accidental typo made by Nick in the church newsletter, picked up by the administrator, the excellent
That's me.
administrator at the time, during proofreading? So A, our up-and-coming baptism service is a great opportunity to invite your non-Christian fiends to church. Or B, remember in prayer the many who are sick of our church and community. C, the Apostle Paul reminds us that we can be saved by works alone. Or D, please pray for Michelle Ginnivan, who has been inhospitable recently. Which one is it?
Nick was very lucky to have me as a proofreader, can I just say?
Poor Michelle. Michelle loved it though, I think.
Yeah, for clarity, it was meant to be she's been in hospital recently, but really the either could have been a prayer point too. All right, so who has taken our victory?
Who is the winner? Here we go. The winning team. Ah, no, they're third. Getting excited. Second. Bap City Rio's first. Ooh. Jimmyson. Woohoo! All right, stand up, Team Jimison. We want to see, stand up. Who's in that team? Of course, you've got Deidre, of course. You've got Deidre, the secret weapon in that team, so of course they're always going to win. Well done, and thanks for putting that together, Lauren. And
Pleasure.
I think winners, you get high fives off the Tuohys. That's your prize. First go at the dessert bar.
Sounds good to me. Thanks, everyone.
All right, so you can keep your eyes turned to the screen. We've got a bit of a video which has been put together, which has a few people from KBC, past and present. I'm just saying a few words to the Tuohys. So, turn your eyes up to the screen.
Nick and Amanda, I just want to thank you for your ministry at Q Baptist.
So many fond memories of Nicholas and Amanda.
Hi, Nick and Amanda. Hello from PNG and huge blessings to you at your farewell. I hope you're having a great night.
Hi, Nick and Amanda. You guys will be missed at Q, I'm sure.
Nick and Amanda, the warmest memories that I have of both of you are in the one-on-one times that I've had the opportunity to spend with you both.
Fondest memories of Nick and Amanda. Okay, Nick, hands down, it would be the banter between Chef Nick Tuohy and the boys while living in the house. Lots of laughter and good times there.
With Nick, it was often me sharing new ideas and new things I thought God was teaching me, and him guiding me and talking through things and just giving wisdom on different subjects. I'm so grateful to both of them for that.
And Nick, you've been such an encouragement to our church and helped me develop my skills and given me so much encouragement.
Nick, we've been out for coffees a number of times, and we've been out for lunches. And in those times, we've been able to open up with one another and be vulnerable. And you've been able to speak into my life really wonderfully in those times.
Well, one memory I have of Nicholas Tuohy is his passion for good food, and how sometimes before a meeting at his house, he would go home in the afternoon and spend a number of hours preparing wonderful food for us. I also remember how disappointed he was when I explained my theory of food preparation, that if it took longer to prepare the food than it did to eat the food, I felt like I'd lost and I felt like I'd wasted my time. But that was nothing compared to how horrified he was when he heard about another church member who would use his hourly rate to calculate the value of his food. And he felt like even 20 minutes was too long to prepare food. If he could get it done in 3 minutes, why not? This church member, who shall not be named, did eat most of his meals from a can heated up. And I remember how horrified Nicholas was by not just the approach to food, but just the pure health standard of this friend's eating habits.
I've missed you since we left. I remember when we were leaving, I told the leadership team that we were leaving Q. You said, right, that's it. If Phil goes, I go. You're a man of your word. It's taken you a few years though, but you've got there, you're leaving as well.
Well, the personal impact Nicholas had on myself during my time at Q was significant. I was obviously serving under Nicholas as the associate pastor, and I gained so much from his training in ministry, his training in preaching, in pastoral care, and in shaping services. It's something that I've enjoyed putting into practice here in my new role at Warrnambool Baptist Church.
I really miss working with you, Nick, in leadership team and all the other things we used to do together, playing music together. I miss all of that. So I'm sure you'll do well wherever you go.
Nick, for you, it has to be your irrepressible sense of humour, which puts people at their ease.
And another personal impact from Nicholas was the great insight he gave me into what the role of a senior pastor is, which has proved really valuable here in my new role.
With Amanda, it would often be in her living room, looking at the birds outside and just praying and talking to Jesus.
Amanda, I really just remember those times when you've spoken into my life and been so encouraging.
And Amanda, I love coming up to you after church, and you've always got a blessing and an encouragement for me, and I'm really thankful for your words in my life.
I also really appreciated the modelling of ministry, both from Nicholas and Amanda, how they did life together and how they found a life balance that worked for them. I appreciated their modelling of how to be honest in ministry and the importance of their own spiritual walk for supporting them in their role.
And Amanda, your beautiful capacity to empathise with others and your beautiful voice. But my abiding memories will be of all the worship services over the last 10 years, especially those in Holy Week, in the darkened church with Amanda singing, "Were You There?"
And Amanda, fondest memory is just your hugs. I miss your hugs. I miss your prayers and your encouragement. But yeah, just you gave the best hugs.
You've both taught me so much about prayer and worship and the value of Scripture, especially to ground one's prayer in the words of the Bible.
Some of my most precious memories with Nick and Amanda would be the times where we sat together and prayed and worshipped the Lord and discussed life.
For both of you, the impact that you've had in my life has been in the attention and the way that you've listened to me. And so I'm really thankful for the way that you've listened to me and the words that you've spoken into my life.
And Nicholas, your practice and example of writing out lists of Bible verses to share around and use, that is a valuable habit that you have taught me.
I'm sure you'll be loved wherever you go. You make such a difference, both of you, to the places you're at. Q will be the poorer for you leaving. You will be missed greatly. You bring people along for the journey with you. You just inspire people and you do such a great job.
The two of you have had an incredible impact on my life. You've been such cheerleaders for me as I've been able to step out and pursue the call God placed on my life. You guys were such big encouragers in me taking that step of faith and have continued to cheer me on from afar. And I'm so incredibly grateful and blessed for your impact on my life and in the church and in the city of Melbourne as well.
I thank Nicholas for the things that he shared and the insights he gave me, also the things that he protected me from in my role. It hasn't taken away the challenges that are here, but it's certainly prepared me for them and has meant that I've entered this role here with my eyes wide open. So thanks, Nick.
We'll miss seeing you. I'm sure we'll catch up again soon. Bye from the Priors.
Thank you. God bless you both.
So bless you guys. Thank you so much for all you've invested. Love you. Bye.
So you'll be deeply missed by me.
Both Nick and Amanda have influenced my life immensely. Both of them being some of the first two people that I knew that truly loved and followed Jesus. To watch their example in the way that they love the church and each other, the way that they pray so diligently for his people, and the way that they just love each of us. I'm so grateful for their example, and I will miss them greatly.
I wish you all the best in your future.
Luke and Ange will now perform a song called Just Let Me Say. And prior to their wedding, Luke and Ange caught up with Nick and Amanda quite animatedly shared with us her love and longing for the musical joy and tenderness of the 90s, particularly exhibited by one of her favourite artists, Jeff Bullock. There's a very strong element shared by both Jeff's music and Nick and Amanda's faith. They're characterised by intimacy, earnestness, and love. Thanks, Nick and Amanda.
Just let me say how much I love you. Let me speak of your mercy and grace. Just let me live in the shadow of your beauty, and let me see you face to face. And the earth much I love you. Oh, my Savior, my Lord and friend. Just let me hear your finest whispers as you gently call my name, and let me see your power and your glory. Let me feel your Spirit's flame. Let me find you in the desert till this sand is holy ground, and I am found completely surrendered to you, my Lord and friend. So let me say how much I love you. Oh, my heart, I long for you, and I am caught in this passion of knowing this endless love I found in you, and the depths of grace, the forgiveness found to be called a child of God, just makes me say how much I love you. Oh, my Savior, my Lord and friend.
Thanks, Nick and Amanda.
Thanks, Luke and Ange. That was beautiful. Our next item is a poetry item, and that's going to be brought to us by Miriam Dale. So Miriam is the administrator at the moment and is also on the leadership team. When reflecting on the Tuohys and the gifts they bring to the church community, Miriam chose 2 poems because they captured something of how the Tuohys bless those they encounter. So they're called For the Artists and Teachers of Art and Hug. So thank you, Miriam.
Thanks, Benji. Well, you can guess which one was for Amanda. When I think of Amanda, I think of many things, but in particular, I think of her gift of prayer. I know many of us have been blessed by that. Her gift of motherhood to so many of us here. And her gift, as has already been mentioned, of wonder, of being able to look around the world and see beauty. Not because she hasn't seen suffering and hurt, but because she sees through the eyes of God that he's given her. So this is called For the Artists and Teachers of Art, and it starts with a quote by Joan Chittister. Humility is the ability to know ourselves as God knows us. People who are really humble have an air of self-containment and self-control. There's no haughtiness, no distance, no sarcasm, no put-downs, no airs of importance or disdain. Humble people walk comfortably in every group. No one is either too beneath them or too above them for their own sense of well-being. Because they are at ease with themselves, they can afford to be open with others. And Amanda blesses us with her openness. Somewhere in our search for humility, we got lost. In uncertainty, somewhere in our search for humility, we got lost in self-hate. Somewhere in our search for humility, we got lost without grace. So when the Christian radio plays a praise song that says, "He came though he had no reason to," I thought every parent who has ever sacrificed themselves for their child or their spiritual child knows that that song is not true. And my heart broke a little with a pop like an old umbrella spoke under the weight of our corporate self-hate, under the ache of our uncertainty, under the loss of our grace. but when I see you, the artists unearthing God's image within. When I see you, the teachers, showing how to see the good, not just the sin, then I find hope for the world again. Then we find humility. Then we find grace. So thank you, Amanda, for the grace that you offer. And thinking on Sarah's piano piece, this is one of Amanda's pieces here with a butterfly and the flower. And for Nick, well, it was a bit harder sort of trying to figure out what poem to share about Nick, because he is a lot of things to a lot of people. Like Paul said, be all things to all people. So Nick is, our senior pastor, our leader. For me, he leads the team that I work in. He's my boss. He's my debate partner, theological and political. He is a friend. He's also my pastoral carer and has journeyed with me through some of the heaviest things in my life. And he's been gentle and kind and pastoral in that. But one of my favourite sort of memories or pictures of Nick is coming into work, and a character who's part of our broader Q community, who's has some complexities in his life and can be a bit aggressive and challenging, had come around, and Nick was just sitting with him, having a coffee in the hall and making space for him. And I thought that was a really incredible moment of care. And I love that Nick and Amanda, both of you, love people well, everyone you encounter. So that's why I chose this piece that's called Hug. So when you hug me, when you hug us, you touch our souls. 3 hugs. I met you outside Melbourne Central, leaning against the wall of the arcade, dusty pants, hood up, face down, spread out before you, a series of drawings for sale. So I sat, and we started to chat. Over the months and years, we met again here and elsewhere in the city. Dusty pants, hood up, face down, always you were sitting, drawing. I asked you for your story. You used to be a landscape gardener, you said. Your eye for beauty and precision is evident in your art. And you described a job lost, a relationship collapsed, and then one day I found myself on the corner of Swanston and Collins with nowhere to go. So now you sleep down by the railway tracks on some old couch cushions, and you told me how the rats try to get in them for the warmth and stop you sleeping. I asked you, why do you keep the hood up? You said people were less likely to stop if your hood was down. To interact was too hard. Cold coins, cold compassion was easier. You're strong, Your smile, your resilience. You told me how wretched boys and drunken youth sometimes pour beer on your drawings or flick cigarette butts burning holes in your livelihood. But you keep your pride. You sell your drawings for a fair price and no less. I see you less now. I don't walk through the CBD so much, and you've changed your pitch a few times. But the last time I was excited to see you, and I knelt for a chat, and we hugged, and it came so naturally, just 2 friends. You're a good hugger. Thanks. Number 2. I met you in a park with a group of my friends, and we were playing like silly kids a foolish game, waving our arms around in mock attack, and you came up with your white hair, and you told us that we shouldn't play games like that. We explained that we had no violent intentions, but you kept pressing. Had we heard of Hitler? I was annoyed. Did you think I was daft? You suggested he started with playing such games. And I stopped playing and went to talk to you to halt your judgment and draw the focus away. And we asked you about your story. In soup-strained, unclear, accented words, you told us of a faraway childhood in Vilna, Poland, a young girl looking out her window and seeing how the Jews were lined up in the streets, then marched out to the woods. They never came back. Then you told us what it was like to watch from the same window Russian soldiers building train tracks down the main road and starving in the ice. You watched how they fell with desperate hunger on the corpses of comrades who died. You fled to Australia, a young woman now, and lived huddled but determined in camps and ghettos where fellow refugees fought in gangs, violent jabs and kicks that looked just like our silly child's game. No wonder you rebuked us. You went to leave and I was stunned, unsure how to end this, and I shook your hand and awkwardly embraced you, and my friend, also listening, came up and wrapped us both together in a big bear hug. Then you left with tears in your eyes and we were left standing, in stunned silence. Thank you, dear lady, for telling us your tale. Number 3. I met you sitting on the dusty, stained pavement on Chapel Street, and we began to talk. Week after week, often we'd chat and built a friendship. Your beautiful dark hair, high cheekbones, deep eyes, you seem too beautiful and frail to be so hard up, but I've seen your strength. You stopped begging at chapel after someone pulled a knife on you, and when I asked you for your story, you wouldn't tell me. It's yours to keep. Instead, we taught girl talk, boys, God, fashion, and frustrating jobs. Your kindness overwhelms me, and your affection. Thank you. We had brunch on Christmas morning, and it was everything that Christmas morning should be. But when I hugged you that morning, I felt your ribs through your hoodie. Your hug still haunts me. Thank goodness I still have your friendship. Thank you. Thank you, Nick and Amanda, for loving everyone you encounter so well, for hugging them in body and in spirit, and for caring for us.
Thank you, Miriam. Such beautiful words. I'm now going to invite up Lauren Pickering, who is our wonderful worship and integration pastor. Lauren is going to perform a song called No One Ever Cared for Me Like Jesus. This is a song by Stephanie Gretzinger, singing of her desire to be remembered only for how much she loved Jesus. Lauren has chosen this song because it speaks to the greatest legacy that Nick and Amanda will ever leave, the legacy of faith. For they have shown both what it is to truly know the love of Jesus and to love him wholeheartedly with their lives. Thank you, Lauren.
If my heart could tell a story, if my life would sing a song, if I had a testimony, if I have anything at all, no one ever cared for me like Jesus. His faithful hand has held me all this way. And when I'm old and gray and all my days are numbered on the earth, let it be known in you alone my joy was found. Let my children tell their children, let this be their memory, that all my treasure was in heaven, and you were everything to me. No one ever cared for me like Jesus. His faithful hand has held me all this way. And when I'm old and gray and all my days are numbered on the earth, let it be known in you alone my joy was found. I'm still in love. You're still enough for me. Still all I want. You're still my everything. You His faithful hand has held me all this way. And when I'm old and gray and all my days are numbered on the earth, let it be known in you alone my joy was found.
Thank you, Laura, and that was wonderful. In the same way that we opened tonight, we're going to close by singing together and worshipping our great God. So why don't we all stand and sing together?
My Jesus.
My Jesus, my Savior, Lord, there is none like you. All of my days, I want to praise the wonders of your mighty love. My comfort, my shelter, tower of refuge and strength. Let every breath, all that I am, never cease to worship you. Shout to the Lord, all the earth, let us sing. Power and majesty, praise to the King. Mountains bow down and the seas will roar at the sound of your name. I sing for joy at the work of your hands. Forever I love you, forever I'll stand. Nothing compares to the promise I have in you. praise to the King. Mountains bow down and the seas will roar at the sound of your name. I sing for joy at the work of your hands. Forever I love you, forever I'll stand. Nothing compares to the promise I have in you.
Thank you so much for joining with us tonight and celebrating the love and service and friendship and ministry of Amanda and Nick Tuohy. And a massive thank you as well to our very talented performers who have blessed us tonight.
I just want to say a special thank you to all the people who made this happen. So particularly the committee that put it together. So Lauren Pickering, Amy Jelly, Miriam Dale, Hannah Constantine, and Tom Black. So put your hands together for them as well. And thanks also to the tech team as always. Give them a clap as well. And thanks to just all the other volunteers who helped set up or helped get food or all sorts of ways for making that happen. So thanks to everyone that's also helped chip in.
There is also some supper provided for us tonight, so make sure you stay and enjoy that. And also, there are barista-made coffees made by the one and only Harry Taylor, so make sure you keep him busy tonight.
Next Sunday is going to be the farewell services for the Tuohys. So both the morning service, the 10 a.m. service, and the 5:30 p.m. service, we're going to farewell Nick and Amanda then. So make sure you try and get along to that. We do have to register for that, so similar to tonight. So try and get in early and make sure that you can come along. Otherwise, we'll still be streaming it online as well.
So this concludes our night of celebration. So we hope that you have a great rest of your weekend and are able to catch the Tuohys before you go. Thanks, everyone.